I'm what they call a polymath. I have many interests, I get drawn to many skills, and I have a ton of knowledge about a lot of different fields. Now, this does not sound bad to you yet because I'm painting it in a good light. Let me tell you why people, whether it be parents, teachers, or adults around me, thought that it made me an undetermined child. For example, I did karate for 3 years, and one day I told my parents that I wanted to quit. I did Bharatnatyam for 3 years, and then I wanted to quit in my 3rd year. I did classical singing, and then again, I wanted to quit. I did painting, and you guessed it, I wanted to quit again. People who were around me saw this pattern of me really passionately entering a field and learning so much about it. But as soon as I was near to completion, I'd get distracted by some other skill and start doing that. For years, I was called indecisive, hesitant, and undetermined for that. And this carried on to high school, 10th grade, where I had to choose a definite stream of study, science, arts, or commerce. But as you might have already guessed it, I liked all subjects at school all the same. I loved chemistry and English, or history and math equally. And so once again, I was called indecisive and unfocused. But that wasn't true. I used to focus on everything I took up. I just couldn't understand this obsession of achieving mastery in whatever I touched. Could I not do it just for the fun of it? By watching my friends who had their one true calling further intensify this feeling of being left out. For example, while I was growing up, I would see some friends around me 100% sure about what they liked and saw them excelling in that field again and again, so much so that it seemed like they were born to do that. For example, I had an older friend who knew she wanted to dance since she was 9, and today she's one of the best in her field of dance. I looked up to that kind of blinders on, incredibly focused attitude, but I liked so many things. People, adults around me, would also reward this kind of commitment because it seemed like an indicator for hard work, that picking one hobby, say playing the piano and becoming the best pianist in the world, was the only measure of hard work, which really made me question, can't I like 100 things, be really good at 5 of them, and still open myself up to 100 newer things? Was that really so bad? So recently, after many years of uncertainty and being told that I was a jack of all trades and master of none, I found the perfect description of whatever I witnessed and internalized as a kid. A false sense of dichotomy, or a fake sense of distinction. Before I get into what it means, here's the real idiom breaker and an earth-shattering realization for me. That being a jack of all trades doesn't mean that you can't also specialize. Yes. Because, in fact, the second half of the idiom, master of none, wasn't even a part of the original phrase. The term jack of all trades was coined by Robert Greene in 1592 to describe William Shakespeare because he was an actor turned legendary scriptwriter. It was used as a form of praise till the 18th century until the term master of none was attached to it in the 19th century. Which brings me back to my main point about this fake distinction. The jack of all trades versus master of none way of thinking is a false dichotomy. The space between the jack and the master is actually a spectrum and not two ideas that are worlds apart. In other words, you can still delve deeper into something you like. You can be truly great in one skill and yet be interested by 100 other skills and be drawn by them. That is, that you can be a jack of all trades with specialization in one thing or however many things you wish. In fact, what I thought was my indecisiveness was actually an art of constantly reshaping my capabilities to fit my interests. This turned my whole world around. Ever since I started looking at jack of all trades as being more of a personality addition rather than an indicator of incompetence, I realized that I was already a master at so many things. I dabbled between multiple skills, but I really succeeded in some of them. Because of having this preconceived notion that liking too many things made me indecisive and undetermined, I failed to give credit to the 5 out of the 100 things I liked that I truly worked for till the point of mastery, such as my writing or my art. Since I had this epiphany, I took out some time to list out the things about my nature that actually are advantageous and can safely be considered advantageous to any polymath out there as well. The first being, you learn how to learn. Your thirst for knowledge gives you the best skill that you can learn, knowing how to learn. You're a lifelong student. When you learn how to do one thing, curiosity takes hold of you and you start to learn associated skills too. It might sound a little silly, but when you know how to approach a new skill, no mountain is too high. Will you be the first person or the fastest person to climb Mount Everest? Probably not, but you surely will make to the top in one piece. Second, being that a hobby can lead to an opportunity. I did classical singing for 6 years before I quit it when I was moving to another city. I was unfulfilled by this half-earned skill. I didn't know what to do with it, but I started posting videos of myself singing on social media. A dear friend of mine asked me if I would help him compose his new song based just off of what I was posting on social media. I helped him out, and today there exists a song that I composed which has over 1,000 streams on Spotify. Third, employers love you. Polymaths are perfect for leadership roles. A leader who's well versed with all aspects of the business can definitely gain the upper hand as opposed to an individual who's been working a single job his entire life. Even the pandemic has taught us that mono skills mean nothing today. Last but not the least, you're the most interesting person at the party. You know a bit about sports, art, glam, and you can definitely hold a conversation with anybody of any field and be the best at icebreakers at a party. As kids, we're actually expected to be good at whatever we take up and to take it up so seriously that it can be a potential career choice. This kind of pressure drives us away from things we like to do. Imagine the amount of untapped potential in the world just because a child looked up at a potential hobby and said, "What if I'm not really good at it?" Spoiler alert, you don't have to be really good at it. You don't even have to be okay at it. If you really like something, you should do it for the fun. And most of the times, it can actually turn out great and you can take it to higher levels. And it's just a bonus point if you do. Now you like and can make an income off of what you do. How many of us struggle to find something that we like and turn it into a career? Almost all of us, because we do not open ourselves up to fields where we think we might not succeed. So today, choose to be a jack of all trades. Choose to explore and find what you love. Don't say with reluctance that I know a lot of things, but I can't excel in any, because knowing a lot of things already makes you excellent and sets you apart, whether it be at a workplace or even at a party. Everything that you know, your thirst for knowledge, your ability to be interested by things make you you, and that can never be a bad thing. Leonardo Da Vinci knew so many things. He was an architect, mathematician, a sculptor, an inventor, a writer, and he wasn't called indecisive for wanting to study all of that. He gave us the Mona Lisa, but as an inventor, he also gave us the first designs of a helicopter. He even founded the branch of anthropology in social science. I'm pretty sure no one today would want to go back and tell him not to be distracted by so many interests. Point being, we need to learn to use it as a strength. Because in the future, you can always go back and officially complete a skill you left halfway by giving the necessary exams. But in the future, you can't look back and add all that experience, all that knowledge, and most importantly, all that fun and exposure you had by actively choosing to be a jack. Thank you.